Right, so this is just a little update on my USB charger progress with the Elan. So this is my original USB charger that I made a couple of years ago. It's an AC switch that I have cut and butchered it inside to add a little board and rewired everything so that I could charge the phone. So that is a USB charger. You click on it, you operate the switch, the light comes on and it starts charging. Now, there was two main issues with this. The first issue is that this board, it's an old board and it's a slow USB charger. And the second issue is that I still need to have a place to put my phone while I'm driving. So I decided to make something better. Now, this here is the board for a fast USB charger, a converter of 12 volts to a fast USB charger. So this is what I had to work with. So I modeled and started 3D printing. This is my first iteration, which is a pretty crude thing, and it holds a USB board there, and then it would be wired to the car. So you could plug the USB here, and this movement from here to here, it's to clear space, and then here it's the holder for the phone. Now, this is one piece that works in conjunction with this piece. So this is just something that I got off Thingiverse. It's a separate piece and it functions like this. So when you put the phone down, it clamps it from the sides. And as you can see, that shape there is designed so that this fits on top of it, and then I just put a couple of bolts or glue them and it's all good. Now, there was one problem with this, which is it was always on and it would eventually drain the battery of the car. So I wasn't quite happy with that, and I decided to improve on it. Now, there was also a second problem with it, which is this distance from here to this charger was a bit too close. So I needed to add more space to the left to make sure that I could have the phone in place and it wasn't blocking the USB charger. So I moved on to version 2. So with version 2, there's a bit more distance from here to here, and I have repositioned the USB board vertically so that I don't need to push the phone too far away. The further away I push the phone, the more leverage it adds, and that means that I have more twisting. So I kept it vertically now, and I have added a button. So that is a button with an electronic switch, and it's got a little springiness, and you just push down, it stays down and it comes back up. Now, I wasn't quite happy with this for two reasons. Now, the first is that you can see the triangulations there and the sharpness of the model. So I've decided to improve on it a little bit. And this here is version 3. Now with version 3, you can see here on top, come on, focus. You can see that it's a bit smoother around the corners and everything. And it's modular, obviously, so there's a different area for the button and a different area for the thing. But it's pretty much the same thing, just a little bit smoother. And then I still wasn't quite happy with that, so this is version 4, and I think this will probably be the last version. Now, I would forget with this type of switch, I wouldn't know if it was charging or not, and what happened is that I would leave this on and take the phone out, and then it was just draining the battery of the car. So I added in a version 4.1 an LED to it. So when I switched on, the LED would be on and the USB charger would also be on. And I also made slight improvements to the model itself so that it's even smoother around there. And then with the very final version now, I am working on adding a little indentation that will even tell you that it's a USB charger, because it wasn't obvious enough. And that's the final version that I'm working on right now. I'm working on the buttons. This model as a whole only has one difference to this model, and that's because when I installed this, it was a bit wobbly in the car. So what you can see when I flick these two and put them side by side is that the clips are different. The bottom clip and the top clip, they are both wider now, and the bottom clip sticks out a little bit more, sticks up from where we're seeing a little bit more, because this one, the old one, wasn't quite getting a good grip. It needed a bit more distance. The top one was 5, so there's 5 millimeters between this edge here and the little corner, the tip, but this was 4 millimeters. And I'm not quite sure why I got that wrong during the process of fabricating it or modeling it. But with this one, I have exactly the same space between that edge and the flat surface. So this clips onto the car a lot stronger, and you may be able to see that there's a bit more plastic across this line, which reinforces this very, very thin area. Because another thing that I've noticed with one of the previous models, and I need to pick a previous model to show it. No, this is also one of the newer models. Nope, this is... Oh, I don't have a model where I can show that. But basically this was... The thickness of it was this thickness instead of this thickness here. So I increased a bit of more thickness, which then gives it a more strength, and it makes the whole thing bend less when you press the button and when you fit it. So this is the sturdiest of them all. It also clips stronger, and I believe this is going to be, for the body of it, it's the final version. And for the button, I still need to work on it. I may need to improve my printer calibration, but this is what it's going to end up like.